You are now tuned in to the Middle Initial Podcast, bitch. Now everybody pod nowadays, but it pays when you listen to Drew, Kevin, K.
Allow me to introduce. Somebody needs no introduction. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm under the weather. What up? It's your boy, Andrew Case. You are now tuned in to the Middle Initial Podcast. Today is October 9th, 2025. I'm here with my co-host, as usual, Kevin A. Lewis. Kev, with great sadness, or not, depends on how you feel. Say what's up to the people.
What's cracking? What's going on? I'm not sad at all.
Well, what kind of hat is that we got on today?
Yankee minor league affiliate.
Okay, we're gonna start doing hat of the day with Kevin Lewis every episode. Hat of the day. What hat is Kevin wearing today? Kevin's wearing the Yankee minor league affiliate. What team is that?
Not gonna lie to you. I'd have to look up the name, bro.
Never knows. He never knows. He came to the tailgate with a hat.
I think it's the Renegades. I think
you just buy the hats.
Yeah, genuinely, bro.
You just buy the hats. Like you just
I
don't.
fuck with the minor league logo hats. I fuck with them, so I just buy them and I move on.
Just buy the hats. What up if you tuning in on YouTube? What up if you tuning in on Twitch? What up if you tuning in on X? Today is Thursday, right? Today's Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to say Wednesday. Today's Thursday. Didn't record over the weekend, which is fine. We record whatever we want. If you're on YouTube right now, make sure you like and you share. Leave a comment. We are live right now on all three platforms, YouTube, Twitch, and X. We are back in full effect. And partly the reason why, because I signed up for the free trial on StreamYard, and I signed up for the wrong one for $88, and then actually end up paying for it. So we're going to be recording a lot. I'm going to get my money's worth. So please enjoy seeing me or seeing Kev. Because we're going to be getting our money's worth for this shit. But we are back in full effect. We're going to be recording more and more. The podcast is back. I'm not counting episodes no more. It's episode infinity. And the Knicks are our only hope right now. And we're going to get into that. Please be reminded that we are not for everybody. We don't fuck with everybody. We don't like everybody. And that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. If you don't like us, we don't like you. Sponsored by your mother. Moving on. Start the show. The show. The Yankees lose. The Yankees lose. One more time, Vladdy. The Yankees lose. New York Yankees lose to the Toronto Blue Jays in a best of 5 and 4 games in a best of 5 series. They did a little bit of rubbing it in for Jeter and A-Rod. Didn't know that Vladdy Jr. had a relationship with Big Papi David Ortiz from a child. I mean, I should have known that.
Listen, if the player, Vlad is what, like 25, 26, whatever he is. If a player is 25 and Dominican, they have a relationship with David Ortiz. It's just easier to just assume that. And then, like, if you're proven wrong down the road, cool. Like, just assume everybody in that age that's Dominican. He's the fucking mayor. So everybody who's Dominican has a relationship with David Ortiz. If they're 25 years old,
survive the bullet too. Survive the bullet. I don't think we talk about that.
I'm not gonna get as negative as I could about that, so I'm gonna leave that alone.
I'm just saying I don't think we talk about that enough. That David Ortiz got shot.
Oh, you mean we don't talk about the fact he's a piece of shit enough? Because basically he got shot because he was a piece of shit. Let's be fucking clear.
Listen, we're not going into the details.
We don't have to. Google's there. I'm not going into no details with nobody. Go look up why that motherfucker got shot.
Apparently, it was a torrid love affair.
Yeah, bro. Like, he was knocking on somebody's wife. That's why.
Yeah.
Let's just say it.
There's someone else out there who got stabbed. Maybe we'll talk about that. That's not on the docket. I mean, I added to the show about somebody else got stabbed recently.
I'm blanking on that.
You know who got stabbed? Got stabbed just the other day.
I'm blanking on that one. It's probably very obvious, but I'm blanking.
It's very obvious. But the Yankees, the Yankees lose. JJ says, "Don't make me get you banned for bringing up David Ortiz." The Yankees lose in 5 to the Toronto Blue Jays, unexpected by me at least. The Blue Jays were good for a good portion of the season, and then it felt like they were about to give away the division. They ended up winning it, and they beat the Yankees like pretty much from pillar to post. Even the game they lost, they lost 9-6. The offense was just phenomenal. Like Vladdy was batting like 653. He could not be stopped in this series. Kev, you are a fan of the Yankees and more familiar with the AL East than I. What were your thoughts going into this series, and are you surprised that the Yankees lost in this fashion to the Toronto Blue Jays?
I thought they were going to win the series. I thought the Yankees were going to win the series. Am I shocked that they lost? Not really. How they lost is a bit surprising because the starting pitching ended up being their undoing, and that really wasn't the case the majority of the year. So it's just like that's how that went. The Blue Jays offense is really good, and it played like it because they knocked Max Fried and them. They knocked Max Fried around. They knocked Carlos Rodon around. Luis Gil, who cares? But they knocked him around too. They scored 29 runs in the 3 wins. Like they earned it. They were obviously better. They fucking tapped the Yankees' jaw for 3 games. Like they deserved the win. There isn't a whole lot of analysis I could give you outside of belt to ass. I know that makes for boring podcasting, but and I will talk about other shit. But like the series itself is really straightforward. Y'all watched it. Like the Yankees got hands, feet, limbs, belt, whatever else, switches, whatever else put on them. Like that's how the series went. And Vlad, like as much as I hate to admit it and hate to give him any compliments, I could do nothing but respect when you're purely fueled by spite. I could do nothing but respect. He's purely on. Listen, I saw that slide he did it to home plate in Game 3. I was like, hey man, that brother's on set. Like, fuck steroids. He on the best PED. Spite. That's the best fucking PED. Spite. I mean, second, maybe behind money, but spite, non-financially, like spite's the best PED. And once I saw him fucking Superman sliding home, I'm like, yo, who? Like what did they do to him exactly? I know the story about his daddy. He wanted to sign here, and they signed Gary Sheffield instead. It couldn't be just that. They must have pissed him off somewhere else down the road too. Because whatever. Either way, I could do nothing but respect that. Yeah, like the Yankees got their ass whooped. It's the really unfortunate part is, like Aaron Judge seemed to have a breakthrough, and he did everything he could, and then nobody else helped him. So that part really stinks. It stinks because like last year it was the opposite. Like everybody else did their part, he didn't do his, and then this year is the exact opposite. It's just how baseball goes, man. So like you're gonna win. Sometimes your opponent is better, and that leads me to the worst part of every season is when the Yankees lose in the playoffs, and we have to do the postmortem, and we have to do the blame this and blame that, and be more like this and be more like that. It's like, hey man, look, the other team gets paid too. Sometimes they're just fucking better than you. That's not to say the Yankees are flawless or they don't have anything to fix. I'm not trying to say all of that. All I'm saying is furiously typing out like Kermit the Frog 750 million reasons why the Yankees lost. Yo, sometimes you get your ass tapped, man. That's just what it is. They lost. The other team was fucking better. The other team gets paid too, etc., etc., etc. It's unfortunate. They're going home. I don't really have emotions-wise, like once they went down 2-0, the odds are extremely fucking low. So just like, all right, you kind of like you're speeding to your death, man. Like you're speeding to the eventual demise. So it's just, all right, man, can you pull off the miracle? Game 3, it was a nice little moment. It was like, all right, you still got to win 2 more of those. And you still got to stop them dudes from scoring. And they didn't. And then they went out there and they scored, 2 runs? It's just, it is what it is. All I know is, and this is going to be a warning / my own opinion. Just get ready for Anthony Volpe to still be playing short next year. I'm just telling you now, get ready for it because, the free agent market is dry, and the motherfuckers who have good shortstops, they want to keep them. So just be prepared. I'm telling you, be prepared for it. They're going to give him another shot. be prepared for it. And if your alternative to sign Bo Bichette, my answer to you is get drug tested. That's all. I don't have nothing else to say. If you want them to pay that dude long money for 6-7 years, I think you're going to be the same one bitching about it when it fails. That's all.
Let's play the blame game,
bro. It's every year, bro. It's every fucking year. Not like the Yankees to win the World Series a week ago, and he's on TV talking about they're poorly constructed today. It's like yesterday. Like shut the fuck up. Shut up, man. God damn, shut the fuck up. They're poorly like you picked them to win the World Series a week ago. You picked them to win literally yesterday. Now they're poorly constructed. It's stupid. And then the fans eat the fucking slop up because they want to bitch about something because the Yankees lost. It's stupid.
I'll say this much for Volpe striking out 13 times or whatever.
He's so bad. Though.
That's
he's so bad.
Like, it's one thing to say if you just
like the last thing about that game that pissed me off because like once Jazz made the error, like Kelly Price started singing. Like once Jazz made the error, that was it. She was warming up her vocals. What pissed me off is when he pinch hit for Volpe in the 9th inning. Nigga, for what? Why now, bro? Why fucking now, my nigga? Why?
Right.
Why? You already down 5-1, nigga. You could have did this 3 innings ago when you were down 2-1. Like we pinch hitting for him now. Like now, Jason Dominguez gets to make an appearance. Great.
Yeah. And Austin Wells swinging at the first pitch, bases loaded, swinging at the first pitch. Like
you know what? Sometimes you tee up a rant. And I really appreciate you for that. I'm sick of hearing about how swinging at the first pitch is bad. Austin Wells is not a good hitter. Why do you want a not good hitter to fall behind 0-1 in the count? Why? Why? Not you. I'm saying general you. People get really mad. I'm like, listen, if we already don't have confidence in the hitter, which, I mean, not Austin Wells had a solid rookie year. This year he took a step back with the bat, right? Okay. We don't have confidence in the hitter to do well. He has not had a good year with the bat. Okay. He does have power. Like that's one thing that's going in his favor. He does have power. Mm-hmm. You're down 5-1. If they were down 5-4, separate issue. Fine. You want to say you want to see a strike. All right, man. I understand that a little bit more. You're down 5-1. He could throw you 4 fucking straight balls. You're still down 5-2 anyway. Like on top of everything else here. But like mostly like Austin Wells is not good enough to be watching strike one just for the fucking hell of watching strike one. He's not. If you want Aaron Judge to take a pitch, he could be as selective as he wants. He's Aaron fucking Judge, bro. Right. Giancarlo Stanton, you like normal playoff Giancarlo Stanton, not whatever this was. If you want to see him watch a pitch, all right, cool. You're asking a bad hitter or a below average hitter, however you want to put Austin Wells, whatever boat you want to put him in, to then watch strike one and make his job harder than it already is because he does not hit well. It drives me insane. Go ahead.
Yeah, they were definitely railing on him during the broadcast.
They were. I'm just like, and John Smoltz could go straight to hell. To hell.
I didn't watch. I listened because I got Carl Ravitch and
Carl got it. Yeah,
I got Carl Ravitch and another guy.
But I'm sure. I
know the live broadcast. It was.
I had it on mute. Like John, like watching your team. Look, I'm a Yankee fan. I watched the Yankees make the playoffs like 30 times, bro. I've seen plenty of eliminations. They don't bother me anymore like that. Watching my team get eliminated and having to listen to John Smoltz, you know what that feels like? That feels like I'm being punished for some shit that I got away with. That's what it feels like. I feel like I'm being punished for some shit that I got away with.
That you did in the 3rd grade.
That's how I feel. I'm like, there's no way I deserve this. There's no fucking way I deserve this. I'm a decent tax-paying human being, bro. There's no way I earned this shit. It feels like I'm getting away with some shit. I feel like I'm getting punished for some shit that I thought I was getting away with 20 years ago or some shit. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, right? I have family in Toronto, so they're big Blue Jays fans, and you know, the Yankee fans are in the group chat. It wasn't a lot of trash talking, and you know, if the people who know Yankee fans, there's certain caliber of Yankee fans. Some people who really like, you know, they'll run their mouths, they'll talk trash and stuff like that. You know, no matter win or lose, they're going to talk, right? And then there's some Yankee fans who just like you. They just kind of know that this may not be an easy series, so they kept it quiet. My brother didn't say a word. His best friend didn't say a word. He's talking today, but you got this. You had a feeling that this would be not an easy series for the Yankees, but it should have been a more favorable series for them. They just jumped on Fried like early Like they did not expect him to get shellacked like that. They jumped him early. Vlad was like he was damn near. He was just hitting everything. He was hitting everything, like everything that he was like what 2 for 2 with the big home run stuff like that in game one. He was hitting everything, like 3-run Brown. He was hitting everything. It just felt inevitable when the Yankees won game 3 in the fashion that they won. You felt like they had momentum, especially with Aaron Judge, and we'll talk about that too. Aaron Judge getting again, the proverbial monkey over his back. He was batting .500. The likelihood of the home run that he hit at 100 miles per hour and on his hands with power off the foul pole was amazing. Jazz Chisholm, doing his thing. I love the kid. Feel bad about the error last night.
It was not his finest hour.
Yeah, it shouldn't penalize. It shouldn't penalize him to return to the team. I think the likelihood of him coming back, re-signing, should be high, but
I don't think.
I won't hold my breath. But
I don't think it is, bro.
If he's available, hey, New York Mets, you need a second baseman next season. If he's available, please go get Jazz Chisholm.
I mean, he gonna be on the Yankees next season, but after next season, his contract runs out. So I don't. Them re-signing him, I would not put high odds on it because I don't think he's their type.
Just definitely.
That's a whole separate topic that we can have a whole show on it by itself.
Yeah,
but I don't think he's
definitely. Type. Yeah, he doesn't fall in line with the Yankee way or whatever. But listen, this is like an odd baseball year right now, like playoff wise, right? The Cubs won last night. We're gonna see if Milwaukee collapses. Like they're likely known to do. The Phillies stole one. What's name hit a moonshot last night? He hit 2 home runs. Your guy, the Phillies leadoff hitter, Schwarber.
Yeah,
that he hit a friggin'. Woo, they said 455. I don't believe that. That might have been 500. That kept going. That was out of here. But I think a lot of people felt like it was heading toward the direction of a typical rematch Yankees Dodgers for the World Series. I felt that way. I didn't feel like there's anybody in the American League that could beat the Yankees. I stand corrected. The Blue Jays actually did. You're starting to get the feeling like maybe it's going to be a little different this year. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think the Dodgers are invincible, though. I don't think the Dodgers are invincible. I feel like there's a lot left to be desired. A lot of injuries. The pitching is not great. They left Kershaw out there for some reason. I don't know. I think it's shellacked last night.
That was so disrespectful. That was so disrespectful, bro.
Like, why?
That was so disrespectful. I don't know why. Like, there had to be so. I understand. You have the guy out there. You have one guy on the team who's there to just take it. Take it for the squad. Why would it be your most decorated player? That made no sense, bro. That made Dave Roberts was moving like somebody who don't like Clayton Kershaw. Dead ass. He was.
Probably because they're probably going to do a bullpen game. They maybe want to preserve the rest of the pen. So maybe that's the reason. But bro, I don't know. But we'll see. As far as the Yankees are concerned, though, I'm surprised. People were surprised that Blue Jays were going to a bullpen game, and it paid off. The Blue Jays manager, he just stuck to his guns. He knew what was working, and it worked. Hey, we're gonna out hit you. We're gonna out hustle you, and we're not really gonna rely too heavily on the pitching. You know what I mean? We're gonna use the pen, but we're not gonna rely too heavily on the pitching. If you guys get this win, you're getting it because we stuck to the plan and it failed. But we're not deviating from what's been working the entire season. I'm sure there were lulls where the Blue Jays, it felt like the Blue Jays just couldn't win a game, but it's the playoffs. It's a brand new series in the playoffs, right? You had mentioned Stan earlier, who looked better during the wild card series than he did this series. It happens, You can't blame Judge this time, guys. So it's back to blaming Boone, and they asked Boone after the game, post-game presser, if he plans on being here next year, and Boone's response was perfect. I'm under contract. Like, I'm going to be here now.
The manager doesn't impact the game the way I fucking want to pretend he does, bro. Like, Aaron Boone didn't go out there and give up 72 runs like Max Fried did. He ain't go out there and give up the coochie like Carlos Rodon did all the entire game 3. He ain't go out there and watch Luis Hill get lit on fire. I'm not trying to sit here and pretend Aaron Boone is perfect. Okay, I'm damn sure not. Sometimes his logic blows my mind. I just understand they replace, like, my issue with this is they replace him, and you're going to be doing the same shit with the next guy. You know how I know this? Yo, the most shameless shit I've ever seen is Yankee fans trying to revise Joe Girardi's tenure here. I remember the shit that was being said about Joe Girardi while he was here. I remember that. I was there. I lived it. I saw it. I read it. It was not good. Right? They fired him. They didn't renew him. Whatever. Same end result. They didn't renew him after 2017. And Aaron Boone comes in, 2, 3, 4 years down the line. Now you're hearing, Joe Girardi wasn't that bad. Like, no. We're not going to do this. Like, y'all call that man Binder Boy for all of his tenure. That's what y'all called him. I remember. I saw it. I was there. Nobody likes their baseball manager. Like, baseball manager, offensive coordinator, to some degree, offensive line. Everybody hates theirs. That's just how this works. But like baseball, like, I don't know what y'all wanted Aaron Boone to do. They had the best lineup in baseball the majority of the season. The Yankees' second best hitter in the playoffs. Please, you're seated. If you're watching this and you're not seated, sit down. Their second best hitter this playoffs was Ryan McMahon. You can't fucking win that way. You can't. You can't win that way. That's not Aaron Boone's fucking fault. And like I say these things, it's like, oh, you're just defending Boone. I don't give a fuck who manages the Yankees. Put a kiosk in there to manage the Yankees. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care who manages the Yankees. They just don't impact the game the way people want to pretend that they do. They just want to hate the manager, which is fine. Say that, though. Like, I miss me with the rest of the shit. Put a goddamn kiosk in the damn dugout. I don't give a fuck who manages the Yankees. I don't care. It's not that deep.
I mean, does Joe Torre have any kids?
and bro, like, here's the thing with Joe Torre. I watched Joe Torre manage the team. I thought Joe Torre was a bozo too. And the thing is, like, not without reason, not just because, bro. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give you one example. 2003 World Series, the Yankees are up 2-1, right? But right, they get to extra innings, the game is tied. Mind you, the Yankees have the greatest closer who's ever walked the face of the earth. Correct. They're tied 2-2 in the game, or 3-3, whatever the fuck the score is. I don't remember what it was tied at. In extra innings, they bring in Jeff Weaver. Mind you, I don't know how much you followed the Yankees back then, if you know what Jeff Weaver was about, but we all knew he was a basket case for one, and for two, he pitched poorly for the Yankees, right? Mind you, here's where it gets crazy. Mariano's limbs, his arms, his legs were healthy and he was available to pitch. And he didn't pitch in the game, mind you. And here's where it gets real wild. Jeff Weaver hadn't pitched since August. Like, that was his first action. This is October. That's his first action in 2 months, dog. In Game 4 of the World Series, when you're tied in extras and you have a healthy Mariano in the fucking bullpen, ready to pitch. And mind you, in that same year, the previous LCS, Mariano pitched 3 innings in Game 7. 3. But in Game 4, when you have a chance to go up 3-1 and probably win the fucking World Series if you do go up 3-1, you have him in the dugout and you're bringing in Jeff Weaver. And mind you, only 3 pitchers pitched for the Yankees up until that point. So they had mad healthy options, even if you want to ignore Mariano. They had mad healthy. They brought in Jeff Weaver. Either way, we all hate our baseball managers. I don't know if y'all want Aaron Boone to take these at bats for these dudes. I don't know what the fuck y'all want him to do.
Bro, I mean, listen, I don't know what the hang up is over the manager situation, other than,
you don't win. That's it.
Yeah, they
That's
don't win. They don't
like
win. It seems like everybody wants him to pinch hit somebody. Why isn't Jazz Chisholm playing? Why is this guy playing? And it's like, well, this guy's batting 180 something versus left-handed. That's why he's not playing. And then people are like, oh, the analytics is failing him, and managers just coach with their heart and their head and instincts and stuff like that. Look, this team was in the World Series. This team's been in the playoffs. There's not much you can do when your player's not performing, right? That's not much you can do. As a Mets fan, and we saw what the Mets just did. They pretty much fired everyone that wasn't glued down to the fucking stadium, like the hitting coach, the pitching. And I was surprised at the very least The hitting coach getting fired. But the hitting coach, the pitching coach, this person, third base coach. Like, third base coach made sense because a couple of times he I don't know what he was thinking. But baseball is one of those games where the managing, unless you're Tony La Russa and you're just fiddling with everything, and in this day, in the modern game, he wouldn't be able to last because he can't go, oh, lefty, then righty, then lefty, because the pitchers have to face a minimum of 3 batters now. But unless you're doing that stuff and running double switches every 15 seconds, the managerial position doesn't seem like it's effective, right? Those type of strategies, with the double switch and everything, that was for like National League when the pitchers were batting, right? That's when it felt like there was a lot of strategy that needed to be had. Now it's just like, hey, let's put the right guys in the lineup who have the better percentage opportunity to hit versus this person. Make sure that, the matchups, I guess for whatever analytics suggest, there's not much else you can do. You have a 30, like if you're good, you make contact 30% of the time if you're good, right? But now we're being told, hey, it's okay to make contact 25% of the time because your home run rate might be better than that, So, and there's a lot of things that's changed and evolved in the game where the manager position is becoming less and less important, So take that for what it is,
bro. Dave Roberts is gonna moonwalk into the Hall of Fame, and nobody thinks he could fucking manage. Miss me with the managership, bro. Like, it's just the position has never been as important as people wanted to believe it's been, and it's like you get older, and quite frankly, the game should tell you this, and you should realize it just watching. Baseball managers don't listen. The most important thing about a baseball manager, quite frankly, is shit that we don't see and we can't and we don't know because we're not in the clubhouse. Right. You're not trying to show up and play for somebody every day that you hate.
Right.
That's what it is. Like, being likable, or not even being likable, just being respected enough to come there to come to work every day and do your job for this dude and play for this dude is probably the most important part of being a manager. The 2 pitching changes a guy makes a game, or, in the case of John Schneider last night, the 6 pitching changes a guy makes per game, that's also important. I'm not trying to act like it's not. Ultimately, you put the guy in the game, he has to do his fucking job. If he doesn't do his job, you're wrong. That's it. It could be the greatest process of all time. If you don't do his job, you're wrong, which comes back to the point.
Like a genius.
Blame the fucking players. They're the ones not doing their jobs, bro. Blame the fucking If we're looking for people to blame the fucking players. I understand that doesn't make for great TV. So A-Rod and them got to go on and say dumb shit like, oh, they're not balanced. Sorry, they're not. The roster construction is bad. Hey, man, y'all complained about the defense and athleticism last year. They got defense. They got athleticism this year. Their defense improved. Hell, their offense technically improved, right? And we're still talking about poor roster construction. It's almost like you're just going to make that point regardless of what the team is because they didn't meet their goal. Which, so the end of the essay is already written. It doesn't fucking matter what the body is. Like, it's going to be what it is. That doesn't matter how wrong it is. Doesn't matter how much proof you have, how little proof you have. The end of the essay is not going to change. So it makes these conversations a waste of time, especially post-mortem. So we're just going to do this, and we're going to blame this, and we're going to blame Aaron Boone. It's like, bro, they got outscored 28-9 in 3 games. What the fuck do you want the manager to do about that shit? He wasn't throwing up them BOTs.
He got to get out there and pitch. Well, I mean, enough of that.
Yeah,
we got another reality check coming. It's for the New York Jets. New York Jets reality check. If you plan on getting up at 8:00 in the morning on Sunday, 7 a.m. Central Time, 6 a.m. Western Standard, whatever time you plan on getting up, please don't. Please save yourself the time. Get up early and go to brunch. Get up early and go for a walk. Get up early and make your kids breakfast. But not get up early and watch the New York Jets play in London versus the Denver Broncos. The Jets pretty much like that Dallas game. I didn't watch it. I wasn't home, thankfully. It was my son's birthday. Shout out. Happy 14th birthday to Ahmad. I had better things to do than to watch the Jets, and there was no TVs on for me to watch the Jets. I had better things to do, and I'm glad I didn't, because when I watched the highlights, it was like, God damn, these guys didn't even try. The Jets were down. It was 3-3, then just down 10-3. The Jets go on the drive, and then another back-breaking fumble by a running back, Breece Hall, on a good drive, on a decent drive, a possible game-time drive, or at least to bring the game within 4 if they had to make a field goal. But we don't know because the running back fumbles. And then the defense proceeds to lay on their back and spread their legs and allow the Cowboys to put it in their stomach. I just don't understand why, with the offense with their back to your end zone, there's not a bit of trying. A 48-yard, deep ball pass here, blah blah blah. Watching Sauce Gardner play patty cake down the field with Pickens and not turning around. Like, I mean, is this buyer's remorse the way Sauce is playing? I believe so. He's just not that good anymore. For someone who's still very young and still much in the prime of his career, he's not even doing the good things he used to do good. He got beat for a touchdown by Waller last week. Got beat on the deep ball by Pickens this past week. He's not what he was when his first 2 seasons here. The Jets go down 17-3. It seems like they're pretty much like giving up. And then boom, you allow a 60-something yard rush or whatever to, who was that? Rico, who's the running back yesterday? Javonte Williams. And it's like he had 9 carries for 100 and something yards in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And like we can say whatever about Justin Fields. And for those who know who in the Discord and the Patreon, shout out. I want Justin Fields to do well, so we don't have to go through this whole. We gotta get another quarterback. We gotta draft a quarterback because the draft class next season doesn't look good as far as quarterback. People are saying Niesmeyer. People are saying Drew Arlon, and they're saying Arch Manning. They say a bunch of guys who we've been watching on Saturdays not be particularly good, right? Now, some of us, like JJ is saying Mensa, and I see Mensa playing. Mensa's playing good. Hopefully he plays well enough to, raise his draft stock for it to make sense, but not to be a number 1 overall or number 2 or number 3. I mean, have to be stupendous. That means somebody winning the, I think it was he's in ACC and getting to the playoff and at least getting close to the national championship for it to be like, wow, this kid is doing so well. He's going to be a top 3 pick. I don't think he's going to be that good to be a top 3 pick. But could he be a 2nd or 3rd round pick? Absolutely. But another experiment, another reset, another restart. And most likely what it looks like the Jets were going to have to go through is probably ending up finishing 1 or 2, maybe 3, top 3, get a pick, and pick a quarterback they may or may not want. Arch Manning's stock is dropping rapidly at a rapid pace. Drew Lock cannot win a big game on or off the field. He's missing with the hose and he's missing on the field. So he can't do nothing in either format. And then there's everybody else, right? So yes, I want Justin Fields to do decent so we don't have to worry about picking a quarterback in this draft class. But outside of that, I've seen 2 weeks in a row where the Jets have a game tying or maybe a game leading drive led by the quarterback and the running game and end up in a fumble. And then the defense just saying, hey, give me another one to put some stank on it. Like, keep slapping the shit out of me because I'm not trying to do anything. Like, the Jets defense aren't doing nothing. They have forced 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. I believe they forced 2. I think they forced 2 fumbles and haven't recovered them. There was some odd stat that I don't remember the stat, but the Jets don't recover fumbles. We're minus whatever with turnovers. Another, special teams is not good. It's the Jets aren't good. And I knew the Jets weren't going to be good because it was a rebuild year. I don't care what Aaron Glenn said. I'm here to win. Yes, you are. Not this year. You're here to win. Not this year, though. It's not all on you. But the reality of it is simply this. If you didn't think the Jets were going to be in a rebuild this season, I don't understand why. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything different, right? People were saying, oh, we brought in Stevens. Well, that was their biggest move, right? Kev, they brought in Stevens. CJ Mosley retired. That's your defensive anchor. That's your guy. Quincy's hurt right now. You paid Jamie and Sherwood. I don't know. I mean, I guess he earned it, but now it's looking like he don't know what he's doing. You don't have a cornerback too. You don't have a safety per se. The rookie may start. Malachi Moore may start. Maybe this week, maybe soon. I don't know. The Jets have nothing going on for them On the defensive side of the ball, at the very least, on offense, you could say we're third in rushing, at the very least. And we're not abysmal passing, but there's nothing you can hang your hat on to say, wow, I had a feeling this team is going to win a certain amount of games. And then you have the people complaining about, maybe we should keep Aaron Rodgers and blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. Here's a reality check, guys. The Jets are very much in the middle of a rebuild. They're going to have 2 seasons where they're going to have cap space, and hopefully they acquire more picks. And I personally feel the Jets should improve in 2026. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback next year. Hopefully it's either a veteran or we have a veteran and a rookie. I don't know if Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback next season. I believe it's a team option, not a player option. I'm not too sure. I think it's a team option, depending on how he finishes this season. But the reality of it is there's no reason for you to get up early on Sunday morning to watch the Jets play Denver. Denver has a really good defense. The only thing I can say you can hang your hat on is that Breece Hall does rush the ball very well against them. So maybe if they get out early and score first, maybe we get a better game. I think that in order for the Jets to win a game this season, they don't have to have the same complete game they had versus Pittsburgh, but they have to score a touchdown first. They have to score a touchdown. They have to have a lead because I want to see what the game script plays out when they have a lead. The Jets look good against Pittsburgh because they had a lead against Pittsburgh. The fumble by Gibson is what was the back-breaking thing that caused it part of the loss. But you can't games. There's no game script clearly when they're behind. And Engstrand had said something about today. He doesn't believe that Justin Fields holds on to the ball too long. He believes he holds on to the ball for the appropriate time for the play. Other people may disagree, but this is my feelings towards the Jets. I'm not invested emotionally into the Jets this season, and neither should you be. There's no reason to be emotionally invested. Yes, we haven't been to the playoffs, but I don't know why you thought this year would have been different. Unless the Jets had a great offseason, unless the Jets had everything going together. Stop telling me about Liam Cohen in Jacksonville, who paid Trevor Lawrence a good amount of money and have guys coming back and returning. He didn't just pick up a team that is falling apart. There's a team with talent on them, right? Don't tell me what's going on in San Francisco. You know what I mean? It's Kyle Shanahan is the coach. I know Brock Purdy's not there, but Kyle Shanahan is the coach. He's a quarterback whisperer. And I know Christian McCaffrey's not running the ball well, and they're down to like their 7th wide receivers, me, Kevin, and Jude out there running routes for San Francisco. I know that. I realize that. But San Francisco, with that coach, figured out on offense, and they still have a decent defense, right? But if you look around the league, everybody else, like the Giants, like the Saints, even Carolina, even Cleveland, there's teams that just don't have it going on. The only thing the Jets are missing right now is one win. And if you want the Jets to win a game to make you feel better, I think you should just reassess your life and think about what makes you happy and let it not be the team that hasn't been to the playoffs in 15 years. If anything you want to add, Kev?
I think if you let Aaron Glenn con you, well, con is a tough word. He was giving you coach speak. If you let Aaron Glenn convince you that this team was not a dog shit team, then I feel like you being a gullible Dumbo is on you. I feel like that's not on him. Like, oh, well, Aaron Glenn told me coaches say whatever the fuck, bro. What do you want him to say? Yo, we stink? Is that what you want him to like? Not even now when they're 0-5. You want him to say that they stunk in July. What did you want him to say? Like, look, it's been a rough start. My thing is, if you knew this team was going to be, and if you knew this team was going to be bad, I don't understand. You're surprised by it. Why? Yes, it's been a special kind of bad. I understand this. The roster was terrible. Does that mean is Aaron Glenn a bad coach? Hey, I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe they go 0-16 and it looks like the Steve Wilkes Carolina Panthers era. Listen, my thing is also like, I think there's a little bit too much pushback when people suggest Aaron Glenn should be one and done. This is not because of Aaron Glenn, the coach. I don't fucking know if he's a good coach. I have no idea how you could tell. My thing is, for the most part, outside of like 2 people, you can make the case to fire anybody, let alone a first-year head coach who's done nothing. But you can Mike Tomlin has a million straight winning seasons. I don't care about that shit. Everybody else does. He has a million straight winning seasons, and you can make a good case to fire him. John Harbaugh's coached for 20 years. You can make a good case to fire him too. You can make a case to fire fucking anybody. So that's what it is. Now, the thing is with the Justin Fields thing is like, all right, he's a tremendous athlete. I think it's quite clear Homeboy is not good at playing quarterback, and I think there's a lot of people who, and mind you, I love him. I hope he succeeds. And it's going to be a little wild. I'll say it anyway. We're in 2025. There's too many good black quarterbacks for me to lie about it at them anymore. Seriously though, like, am I lying? Yo, I'm not gonna sit here and lie about Justin Fields, bro. I'm not. He's not good. Am I saying he can never be good? No, I'm not saying that.
Are you saying the market value for black quarterbacks is so good right now? You don't have to lie about one.
Yeah,
but if the market wasn't that good, you may.
Yes, bro. Yeah. Like, if Justin Fields was playing in the NFL 8 years ago, let's say 12 years ago. If Justin Fields was playing in the NFL 12, 13 years ago, I'd be laying on the tracks for Justin Fields. Like, no joke. Because, like, they needed support back then. Because NFL teams were far less willing to give opportunities at that spot to black people. Am I saying that it's perfect? No, I'm watching the Shadur Sanders shit, and I understand he's made his own bed in that regard. In some cases, I understand that, but like the coverage around it is very nasty in some cases, right? But yo, there's too many good black quarterbacks for me to sit here and lie about. He's not good. He's not. Can he be? Sure, anything is possible. If Sam Darnold's on his 5th team, he looks quite fine. Baker Mayfield, I think, is on his 4th team. Whatever he's on, he looks quite fine. Everybody can change. My thing is with Justin Fields, I don't. His direct set of weaknesses, I don't know who has like overcome that. So it's just, hey, look, would the best case scenario be he turns it around and they don't have to use a high pick on a quarterback? Yeah, absolutely. I think the chances of that happening are extremely low. And if the Jets pass on quarterbacks because they have Justin Fields, that might be as good a case as anything to fire everybody. And if you pass on them because you don't like them, that's separate. That's entirely separate. I'm not saying to take a quarterback just to fucking do it. If you were like, you know what, I like these quarterbacks, but we have Justin Fields, you might be stupid. Like, genuinely, you might be fucking stupid. There's a reason Homeboy is on his 3rd team in what, 3 years? He's 25, bro. Like, he is one step away from not starting in the NFL anymore, dog. This might be it.
I'll say this much: he's not Calvin Pryor, right? He's not playing wide receiver or whatever, switching positions.
Terrell Pryor, but yes,
Terrell Pryor. Sorry, Calvin Pryor, Terrell Pryor. I mean, at this point, there's a big difference. But no, he's not Terrell Pryor. He's not going to be playing wide receiver or anything like that, which was crazy because he actually had a 1,000-yard season. But no, I think the thing with Justin Fields, especially right now with the Jets, just looking at some of his stats and people are like, oh, he's a garbage time king, blah, blah, blah. The Jets are a running team, right? There's nobody to throw to. And we're starting to see, all right, maybe there's a relationship with Mason Taylor. Okay, we still have no wide receiver 2, right? Justin Fields also dealt with like three or four different offensive coordinators in Chicago. He goes to Pittsburgh. It seemed like he was doing well, and Thomas said, hey, we're going to go a different direction with Russell Wilson. I mean, I guess it paid off. They went to the playoffs, but they get eliminated, and Russell's now in the Giants. He's backing up Jackson Dart, so I don't know how you evaluate that. But what I kind of look at and evaluate and say this much is the Jets aren't doing enough of the things that you would figure a team would do offensively with a mobile quarterback. So they haven't run a lot of play action. They haven't run a lot of RPOs. They have a few design. It seems like they did have a few design runs, especially in the red zone, which he scored 3 rushing touchdowns. I feel like they need to kind of just let the dog off the leash, right? Just let him play. You know what I mean? I know he's trying to not turn the ball over and not throw interceptions, which I guess is a part of the reason why he hasn't thrown any and why he's not making the throws people feel like he should make. And who knows if that's the coaching, if that's Engstrom, or if that's him. But I think that with nothing to lose and everything to gain, you need to see what he can be in this offense. Now, without the right personnel, I understand why we may not see enough, but it's time to let some people play. Arian Smith has to play. Figure it out, bro. He's too fast to not play or not get enough. Lazard is clearly not playing, not interested in playing. As long as Aaron Rodgers is not his quarterback, he should be traded or cut, whatever. He doesn't need to be on the team, right? it just do something. Just do something and figure out something. They can be entertaining in losses. They were entertaining against Miami. They were entertaining versus Pittsburgh, a game we should have won. Wasn't entertaining versus Buffalo. With Tyrod playing a better second half than the first half, entertaining versus the Bucks. The Jets had at least 3 out of the 5 losses, 3 entertaining games. So we were like, okay, these were decent games. We could, I could watch this. It's a loss, but it's not bad. I think if we a couple more of those games and stealing a win here or there, the season could be fun. You can see what you have potentially. I think it's not a time to play around with this. Oh, I'm here to win games type shit or whatever. I think it's time just to let go all the stops and do whatever. But I won't be watching Sunday. I'm not getting up early to watch them play Denver. I suggest that no one else does.
Sending the Jets to London is crazy, bro. Like, why are you?
That's
what
Woody.
Did they do to you?
That's Woody.
What did those people do to you?
That's Woody. That's Woody and his relationship with Trump and him being a UK ambassador. That's
nasty.
Whatever he parlayed and however he did it. I don't know if it's a voluntary thing. Like, hey,
and
also,
we want to go to London. If you're a Jets fan
and
you traveling to London, look at me now. Look at me real good as I say this to you. Get help. That's it. I got no more. Get help. No, I'm so. Bro, if you spending your time out in London, like, take the trip to London if you want. Go ahead. It's a beautiful city.
I'm taking the trip to London because I want to take the trip to London, but I would never.
Yo, if you're spending 3 hours out of that trip to watch the Jets, you might be sick in the fucking head. No, ain't no might. You are sick in the fucking head. I'm dead. Find something better to do. Hell, honestly, quite frankly, choosing to spend 3 hours watching the Jets in America is kind of crazy at this point. Honestly, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, let alone going to a whole other country to do it.
Bro, if the Jets had won week 1, I probably would have went to another game. It just felt like, hey, we went. Stefan was saying this most likely the Jets was going to go 0-6 to start the season. But we were saying that just win today, we'll come to another game because at least it's a possibility that game will be like 2-3 or whatever. Man, when the losses start piling up, hey, I see y'all in 2026. All right, I see y'all in 2026. JD says any Jets fan traveling to London to watch the Jets, please find the warmth of a woman
or whatever you're into, bro.
Find the warmth of a woman or whatever you're into. Let's talk about the Shedeur Sanders thing real quick. It's not on the docket, but I meant to put it on the docket. Let's talk about the Shedeur Sanders thing real quick. This is the funny thing about the Shedeur Sanders, and this is why I know. This is why you know and how you know this was some collusion for him to go to the Browns. In the history of the league, quarterbacks drafted in the 5th round do not end up being starting quarterbacks. In the history of the league, look it up. Look up all the quarterbacks drafted in the 5th round. In the history of the league, 5th round quarterbacks don't end up being starting quarterbacks, right? And Dylan Gabriel gets the start. Now, Dylan Gabriel's ahead of Shedeur in the depth chart. And he gets, Flacco gets benched. There's no one else healthy, and Dylan Gabriel gets the start. And they want to ask Shedeur his thoughts. Why are we interviewing a 5th round pick at quarterback about his thoughts that the person drafted ahead of him, 2 rounds ahead of him, is going to start? So Shedeur does the whole pantomiming thing and not talking, right? And I guess people don't remember that Rex Ryan says all he does is talk and fold his arms. So, and Shedeur hasn't said anything since to why he did that. I'm not too sure if he did, but my guess was he heard what Rex Ryan said, because Rex Ryan has a big old mouth, and even if you didn't watch it, there's some way you heard that shit. You seen them bad shaped teeth that he got from Dollar Tree. This big old mouth yapping yet again. And my guess is Shedeur heard him say that and said, okay, when the next time I get interviewed, I'm not going to talk. I'm going to move my hands. People, that's just like Shedeur. That's just like, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, guys, no. He doesn't win or lose with y'all no matter what. No matter what. Rex says, yo, go watch film. Who's to say he's not watching film? Oh, Shadeur's not at the facility with the team. Why does he have to be at the facility with the team if he's on his own watching stuff on his own? He's not with the starters, the 1s, the 2s, whatever. He was 4th on the depth chart. Why are we making such a big deal about someone who everyone felt didn't have this work ethic and deserved the slide. This is like a snuff film, right? This is weird to me. We heard we saw the draft, he dropped. We heard the bad attitude and all that stuff, but y'all kept the cameras locked on this kid. The cameras were locked on this kid the entire time. You guys are still talking about him. After all the stuff you said, why does Shedeur Sanders owe anybody anything? The chapter has been written. The book has been closed. You guys have written him off so many times, and his arrogance and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And he has to prove himself. Why? He got drafted in the 5th round. Why doesn't anyone bring up the history of 5th round draft? You guys don't want him to play? No. The reality of it is Shedeur is going to play. This is the reality of the whole situation. You wanted to fuck him over, you fucked him over. The problem is he has a lot more fans than Cam Ward does. That's the problem. He has a lot more people watching him than Cam Ward is. And you made the entire draft about Shedeur Sanders and not the number 1 overall pick in Cam Ward at quarterback. You made the entire draft situation about Shedeur Sanders and where he went. And then you kept talking. And then you kept talking. And then you kept talking. And you keep talking. And he's going to give you something to talk about. And now they made him QB2 because they traded Flacco. So now he's just waiting in the wings. And eventually Shedeur is going to get a start, whether Dylan Gabriel gets hurt or because he's not good at quarterback. But he's going to play. And if Shedeur plays and plays well, and Shedeur plays well enough to be the quarterback for next season, you're going to keep on talking about him. And the crazy thing about this is you can say it wasn't collusion. You can say it wasn't collusion. You can say he deserved this, whatever case may be, but you haven't said nothing. That's the thing. You haven't just said, that's it, outside of his mind. You're giving him the intention. You're giving him the headlines. You're giving him the story. You're putting him in our faces every single chance the Browns are mentioned. Your Shedeur is in our faces. Guess what? He's going to start. He's going to start. And I hope he plays well. Because if he does play well and become the starter in this league, he'll be the first quarterback to be drafted in the 5th round, become a full-fledged starter. And then this whole narrative surrounding him will start to change, and there'll be like a feel-good story. I hope there's a feel-good story for him, whether it be in Cleveland or any place else. I hope there's a feel-good story for him because you guys denied, collusion. No, these teams aren't against Shedeur. No, why would so stop talking to him? Stop talking to him. The simplest solution is to stop talking to him, but you keep putting the cameras in his face. Why would I ask Kev, hey Kev, what are your thoughts about Jude having a girlfriend? Why would I ask you that? What's that relevant to your life? It was what you got going on. Unless I thought you got more bitches than Jude. Like, why would I ask you a relevant question? Like, hey Kev, Stefan just bought a car. What are your thoughts? What? Like, what was that? How's that relevant to me in this scenario? It's not. Dylan Gabriel getting a start. He's supposed to get the start. He's ahead of me in the depth chart. It's not. I'm 4th. I'm 4th. Why are you asking me my feelings about this? But I don't know. JD says they don't let him run scout team. That's true.
Hey man, look. I understand that there's a lot of layers to this. I understand why a team wouldn't want to draft Shedeur Sanders. You don't want a famous backup. Purely understand this. I don't really. You could agree with it. You could disagree with it. You could talk about collusion. Listen, I understand why. Shedeur, basically at this point, whether you agree with them or not, however you see it, homeboy got a cult following, and I'm not making this up. He does. I don't want to deal with that shit for a marginally talented backup. I understand why NFL teams like, nah, I'm all good. I'm all set on this. Now, with that said, with the collusion, like, yes, are there some teams who didn't want to draft him because of non-football reasons? Absolutely. 100%. There are also multiple teams who he turned down. I'm not saying he shouldn't have. We've gotten so fucking stupid about Shedeur that people are mad that he didn't want to back up a 2-time MVP. That's how dumb we've gotten about this. Yeah. And I'm not, listen, here's the thing. Does Shedeur think he's better than he is? Probably. He ain't going to be the first or last athlete to think that.
Right.
What would it have been better for his development to sit behind Lamar? I think you could argue yes, credibly. My thing is with Baltimore, why do we act like there's some fucking quarterback development haven? They developed one good quarterback in 30 fucking years, bro. One. Like you want to talk about Flacco? I had the Flacco arguments. I've retired. I thought he was ass. Personally, for the majority of ass is a bit much. He was mid for the majority of his tenure, and then he couldn't feel his face for a month in 2012, and then he won a chip. That's how that went. He wasn't good the majority of his tenure. So you have Lamar Jackson, and then they're like, oh, well, you can learn from Lamar. Here's the thing about learning from people like Lamar. Lamar does shit that only Lamar could do. Right?
Exactly.
Like it's like learning from Barry Bonds. I can't learn how to hit from Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds got on TV talking about all you got to do to hit 100 miles an hour is catch the ball with the bat. I can't learn from that. I can't do that, Barry. I can't do that, Barry. Sorry. You know, all you got to do is, you know, you fade back and then you just softly lob the ball over the linebacker's head. You know, I don't have that arm, Lamar. What do you want me to do? I don't have that arm while also having a track star speed and grown ass people look like kids every game. I don't have that. So the Eagles made Jalen Hurts really rich, and Jalen Hurts is a marginally talented guy. I ain't saying he's bad. I ain't getting into it. Philly, don't come for me. He's a marginally talented, above average talent, if you will, quarterback. I can understand why, you know, turning them down makes you look at him a little bit crazy, because you have a success story right there playing quarterback as we speak. But we've gotten so dumb about Shedeur in general because he's Deion's kid. Like, bro, they were interviewing him at a car dealership 2 days ago. For fucking what? For what, bro? For what? If the Browns have their way this year, Shedeur will never see a down. I don't think they want him to play. I don't know what the plan is. Like, if it's like we think he's a long-term viable option, I saw one conspiracy theory throw around that they drafted him so that we would never talk about Deshaun again. And I'm like,
hey,
I don't really do tinfoil stuff, but like,
listen,
we had not mentioned Nasty Man in a long time because they had him.
The man got married over the weekend, and the comments were just hilarious. Oh, touchy feely, he got married. Yeah, dry rub that, Mr. and Mrs. Dry Rub.
I was about to say something wild about women, but I'm gonna just.
Hey, listen. I saw it, and I saw I saw the comments. People like smiling. I'm like, you guys, women don't watch football. It's because when I saw the comments, I'm like, oh, you guys don't know who he is. You don't know who she married. You like the ring and everything is. You don't know who.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Some of them do and they don't care.
That too.
Some of them do and they don't care.
That too.
Because
but hey,
but I'm not going to go any further.
I like that theory. That Shedeur.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I can get behind that because we
distract from the fact that we have
because they got Shedeur. We haven't talked about that in a hot minute.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Browns haven't spoken about their plan. No, because listen, there is no plan.
I don't think there is a
he's
plan.
He's going to play. He's going to play because Dylan Gabriel is 5'8", and unless Dylan Gabriel turns into, I don't know, Doug Flutie in the next few weeks, the Browns are still 1-4, and they have a good running back right now. And pairing him with a competent quarterback may win you a couple of games. And that's saying Dylan Gabriel didn't throw that bad until he really had to throw. But the word on Dylan Gabriel is he's not that good. He's undersized. I don't see why we're going to pretend like this man's not going to get a shot. He's going to get a shot because Dylan Gabriel most likely will get hurt or play bad. And unless Dylan Gabriel doesn't fit those two categories, then Shedeur is on the bench. But he's now QB2. You traded Flacco to Cincinnati, which Cincinnati, I don't know how you watch 2 years of Flacco in Cincinnati and say, hey, I want a piece of that. I want that. You could have took Russ. You could have took Jameis.
My thing is, hey man, Joe Flacco's wife should have stepped in. I'm not even, bro. Like, we've watched the Bengals offensive line all year. Quite frankly, the last 3-4 years, we watched it.
They're terrible.
Joe Flacco cannot move, and like I'm not saying nothing about the man personally. Like, aside from football, in between the lines, he's not very bright.
He's gonna throw.
He's gonna hold the ball. He's gonna pat the ball, and he's gonna get blasted over and over and over. His wife, granted, money's money, I get it, but like, yo, at what point's enough?
I don't know. Since he
Yeah,
thinks
and I think I have a shot at Taylor Rooks. What's their point? What's the point? Like, yo, yeah, okay, yeah, right. I've never seen a boy do. Yeah, right. Like, I think I have a shot at Taylor Rooks too. We all want things. We all think things.
Oh man, moving on to another team before we wrap up. The Eagles. Got into a heated debate with Jude in the Discord about the Eagles. Let me explain something to certain people about football and winning records, right? The Eagles being 4-0 is a smokescreen, right? It doesn't tell the whole story. They had the Eagles were on. They had Damian Woody and a bunch of guys on like Get Up like the week before. And so about the Eagles, oh, they're 4-0. Why is AJ Brown tweeting these cryptic tweets and blah, 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 guys need to shut up? And I'm reminded that when the Jets had a good record and Elijah Moore was kind of pissed that Zach Wilson wasn't hitting them, and people were like, "Oh, why is he complaining? The Jets are good." It's like because Elijah Moore was in a contract year, and his representative represented AJ Brown and a couple of other guys who got paid, and Elijah Moore wants to get paid. There's nothing wrong with wanting the ball because you want the numbers to reflect that, so you can get a good payday. And that's one aspect. AJ Brown got paid clearly because he got traded from the Titans to the Eagles. He got paid handsomely. His first 2 seasons were phenomenal. Who's the quarterback his first 2 seasons, Kev?
In Philly?
Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
2 back-to-back seasons, 1,400 yards. Phenomenal. The next seasons after that, not so good. You get Saquon Barkley, who pretty much has an MVP type season last season. And I understand, the majority of the offense came from the ground game. And he kind of alienated AJ Brown, but AJ Brown gets the ball when that's and Devontae Smith. They get the ball when necessary, right? And that aspect of offense, you kind of have to deal with it. You're blocking more. You're not necessarily running routes, getting clean, but also Jalen Hurts is not a good passer of the football. It's something that we have to. I mean, not Eagles fans not going to embrace.
I think not good is a little bit harsh. I think he's flawed though. Like
I'm going to say this. I
understand if somebody says he's an average to above average passer, I'm not going to argue you too much on that. But yeah, he
has a lot of early Mike Vick in him, where 58%, 60% of his completions, and some of them are like dirt balls or just air balls out of bounds and stuff like that. Do I think that he is a dog and Jalen Hurts will outwork anybody? Yes. Do I think Jalen Hurts will be in the gym and do everything to be whatever? Yes. Case in point, the game against the Rams where he had to throw the ball in the second half, they were down and they won. Yeah. But the narrative I'm referring to is the fact that people feel like because a team is undefeated or they're doing well, they're above critique, and not realizing that the Eagles were winning the majority of their games because of that defensive touchdowns or special teams touchdowns and stuff like that. And offensively, it's the run game, but they're not. There's no tush push territory. They're not getting to the red zone. They're not as good in the red zone as they were because Saquon is not having that same impactful type of year, and because you're not getting down to goal to go from the quarter mark or whatever, that tush push is not actually in effect. So essentially, the Eagles' offense, I think they're scoring like 18 points a game, like just strictly offense, like 18 points, while the rest of the team was carrying like the 6 to 7 points with special teams and defense. Now you get a game against Denver where you're winning and you can't run against Denver, meaning you can't put the game away, sorry. So this is what we're talking about when it comes to offense. Yes, the Eagles are 4-0. It's not telling the story. Now, Get Up comes on Monday and it's a whole other conversation. You guys were just telling AJ Brown to shut up and enjoy the ride. You're undefeated. Now it's like, oh, is there a problem in Philadelphia? No, this problem is going for 4 weeks. You guys didn't want to acknowledge it because they're 4-0. And it's the problem. Just because, especially NFL, just because your record is good or your record indicates success doesn't mean every aspect of your team is successful. Like the Kansas City Chiefs just win, right? They just win until they don't. And I've been saying for how long, Kev, I'm not going to go against the Kansas City Chiefs because they just simply win.
And you're kind of seeing this year that regression hits.
Right.
Regression to the mean hits. Because last year, I think they were like 10-1 in games decided by 7 or less. Mm-hmm. This year, they're 0-3. That's the point. Like, you can't really keep surviving on grit and fucking bells and whistles, bro. You can't keep surviving that way, which is why the conversation around AJ Brown. I mean, we do this for wide receivers in general. We just and granted, they're very weird people. I'm not here to act like they aren't. They are. They're weird, quirky people. I get it.
Right.
But like, in 2 weeks, like two back-to-back weeks, the games against the Rams, the game against the Bucks. One of them, they had 20 passing yards in an entire half of football. The next game, they had an entire half with no completions. You can't win that way. It's not like, oh well, he's just concerned about his stats. I mean, here's the thing about that.
Wait, before you say anything, AJ Brown is averaging less than 40 yards.
Yes, he is.
A game.
He is.
Stat concerns we're way beyond stat concerns.
Right, but like they're saying, what is his concern? Like, is his concern just his numbers or winning? And I'm like, well, the former can lead to the latter. Like, this ain't just if AJ Brown's the best player in their offense. If AJ Brown is doing well and he's affecting the game, they are probably more likely to win. And that's why I don't understand about these conversations. Like, if they were 1-4 doing this, I mean, it would be like, or put it like this: if they didn't have any hope to do anything, then yeah, he's probably complaining because he wants the numbers. Like, he sees that they could be a better version of themselves. And I'm not saying that he isn't also selfish, because inherently, he's a wide receiver. He probably is. I'm not saying he's not selfish. I'm not saying he has no selfish concern.
He played with Derrick Henry in it with a similar philosophy.
Yeah, right. So it's like, but and I mean, he complained last year after they beat the Panthers in a game where they must have like 90 yards passing.
Right.
And then they took off from there and they won the fucking championship. I don't think, personally, I think the AJ Brown Philly marriage is ending after this year anyway, one way or the other. It, like, quiet as kept, because this is from intel from people over there. Like, he almost got traded last after this past season, and they won the championship, and he almost got traded. Right. It was one of those, like, they kind of sensed the situation is untenable, and they were like, look, we love you. We're willing to work with another team to get you where you want to go. Right. And then at the last minute, apparently, if you believe the people that I know or whatever, he's like, I love it in Philly, I want to stay. But which was funny, because the people that I was talking to, they didn't make it sound like it was about the football. They made it sound like it was about the city, which is, I mean, fair reason to stay somewhere. Like, you love the city, you want to stay there, cool.
Right.
But like, if it's not about the job, like, eventually you're probably going to move anyway, because it's not about the job. But ultimately, like, he can get his numbers and they can win. If he's getting his numbers, it makes it more likely that they win, because that means their passing game is doing well. So it's winning cures all and blah blah blah, whatever the bullshit cliche you want to use. But we kind of know a great team, and we know smoke and mirrors when we see it. The Eagles have been getting by on bullshit the entire season. Does that mean they're going to continue to do that? No. Does that mean this is just Jalen Hurts' fault? Also, no. I think their offensive coordinator is a bozo. Personally, I think their offensive coordinator is a bozo. I think this is an offense issue. I don't think this is AJ pointing his finger at the quarterback. I think he's pointing his finger at everybody. Right. So, like, could he do better about it? I guess. And here's the thing too. Like, people are like, oh well, he didn't need to complain this way. You'll say this no matter how somebody complains. If he complains publicly, it's a problem. Hey man, he loves it, allegedly. I don't fucking man. I can't speak to what that man likes. That's his problem. But like I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. Carry on, man. Go ahead.
Listen, the Eagles are 30th in total yards of offense, right? 30th. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're 29th in pass attempts and 31st in yards. You have AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. I don't get why this is so hard for people to understand. Yes, they're a good running team. They're 8th in attempts, but guess what? They're only 25th in yards.
Their offense hasn't been good this year.
Offense has been good.
It has been good. Like, it has not been good, bro. They've been winning on smoke and mirrors all year, bro. They won a game on a blocked field goal. They won a game they completed no pass in the second half.
Right.
They won a game where an interception doesn't bounce off Travis Kelce's fucking hands. Who knows what conversation we're having about that game?
Right.
Like, can you ride that kind of winning to the Super Bowl? Probably not, bro. Because guess what? Your luck is going to run out eventually.
Right.
You have to have something sustainable offensively to get you there. So far, they don't. And this is on both sides. This is the running game and the passing game. So like AJ Brown is voicing concerns, and it's like, I feel like we're brushing them off simply because, quite frankly, he's a wide receiver. Oh yeah, I was talking about complaints. Yeah, like, he didn't have to complain that way. We always say this shit, and then you ask somebody a direct question, they can never answer it. The question here is, how would you like him to complain?
Right.
Because guess what? No matter how you complain on a previously undefeated team, you're going to look like the jackass. That's how this works.
Right.
What do you want him to say?
Right.
If he says anything that's even remotely negative, it's "you're winning, shut up." And it's like, yeah, you're winning. You're winning in a relatively unsustainable fashion. And it fucking shows. You know why? Granted, the Eagles were better than the Chiefs all year last year. Fine. But throughout the year, it's just you had the Chiefs winning by 3 or 4 points basically every fucking week. And it was, can they keep doing this? Are they that good? And it was like, yeah, they were never really that good. If you got to keep winning by the skin of your teeth every week, you ain't that good. You might be able to pull out wins against the Raiders and the Broncos and all these bum-ass teams in the regular season. Good luck getting to a playoffs like that. You can't get through a playoffs on guile and grit. You can't, bro. You need to
somehow the Chiefs managed to get always to the Super Bowl and got smoked.
Right,
like
exactly.
Eventually the other shoe drops. And the thing about the Eagles, they have enough talent to stop this. Now, that's what comes into question. The Eagles have enough talent to stop this. I don't think you can rely on Saquon Barkley to eventually turn it around since the offensive line has been shaken up. Did a couple of moves. Some guys left the free agency. So I don't think you can just simply rely on Saquon Barkley to turn it around. Your defense isn't lights out like it was, but it's an opportunistic defense. It's still a defense that could get touchdowns. Your special teams get touchdowns. You have to figure out if you can be more of a passing team. Now, if you can't do that, then all eyes go right back to the quarterback. When things are looking bleak and you can't run the ball and you're not pushing everywhere, then what? Because remember, everybody feels like Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are only successful because they're the only team that can pull off this one maneuver that everyone tries and can't do it successfully. So now you start to expose your quarterback a little bit if he can't win these type of games where it's like, hey, we're up and the defense is going to we're going to try to run the ball, but we kind of have to pile it on. We need to score. And the thing about that game too against Denver, they stopped running the ball. They stopped. I think Saquon had like 6 carries for 30 yards, and they just stopped running the ball. They were like, yeah, we're not running the ball.
Yo, he had 6 carries in a game that they lost by 1. That was insane. Or was it 1 or 4? Sorry, 4. Excuse me, 4.
4. But still, it's like
they were down by 1 for a decent part of the game, bro, long time, and they ran the ball 6 times with Saquon Barkley. Like, I don't like. That's what I'm saying. The OC might be mental, bro. Genuinely,
there's something definitely going on with the Eagles. Pardon me. It's something different going wrong.
Like the scrambled eggs, but yeah, carry on.
There's something different going wrong with the Eagles and that offense, and it's time for the media people, the talking heads, to cut the bullshit, bro. It's okay to be critical of teams even who don't have losses. It's okay to look and do your fucking job and be critical. It doesn't hurt to be like, okay, they're good, but their offensive ranks aren't the greatest. Don't wait until they lose and come in the next week. Oh, the Eagles done. Oh, this is Swan. Like, come on. Like, you guys had the opportunity to do it when you had them on when you were talking about it last week. Instead, you wanted to bash AJ Brown and everybody and Rex with his giant teeth and Damian Wood and those guys. Is wanting to talk about, oh, we're winning. And now the following week, you guys are not even on the program to sit there and defend the bullshit that you guys were saying. It's a whole new panel with a whole new talking point. Like, it just looks bad. Enough is enough. This should be enough of a cachet to talk good, bad, and ugly and indifferent. Not just about the teams who can't win. Finally, this subject, Bad Bunny, will be your halftime performer at the Super Bowl. And I want to bring this up because it's a part of who we are, right? We're not the typical podcast, and we're not going to be like the typical podcast and ignore certain shit just because, whatever, optics, whatever. We're going to talk about the shit. We're going to steer right into the fucking skid. Bad Bunny was selected to perform at the Super Bowl. At first, someone had said Mariah Carey, then someone had mentioned why not Taylor Swift. Thank God it's not Taylor Swift. Jesus, especially with that god awful album she just dropped.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, Swifties come at me. The album's trash.
But Andrew, be for real. Like you're calling it an awful album. You didn't listen to that shit.
I did not.
I'm like, what?
I did
awful
not.
album. How the fuck do you know? I know good well you didn't listen to that shit.
I would never play Taylor Swift intentionally. But if
she got heaters though, bro.
Listen, when white girls are going on TikTok and talking bad about her, then you know it's a bad album. Like
now we listen to white people.
Hey, listen, when the white girls, because you know,
for the white listeners, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding.
Just get Miss Long back out of here.
Get Miss Long back out of here is crazy. I just wanted to be noted before they get Andrew and JJ up out of here. I wasn't the one who said anything negative about Miss Swift. I said nothing negative.
When they came on social media, on all platforms, TikTok, to say this is some propaganda, this is some bullshit. I'm like, really? Y'all really? Damn.
I mean, but like all jokes aside, but for real, like the white women turning on Taylor Swift is crazy.
That's crazy.
It kind of tells you like,
and people were like, "Hey, Taylor, you're 35."
I take their word for it.
They're like, "You're 30." They're like, "You're 35. You're having sex. We know that. Just stop. Stop trying to be." I was like, "Yo, they're not feeling her right now." They're like, "All right, the little innocent blonde girl."
Congrats on the sex, Taylor.
Right. Congrats on the sex. Your man is 6'5" and a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and he used to date black women. Anyway, so Bad Bunny's before that Super Bowl.
Man.
Bad Bunny's before the Super Bowl. And people are upset. Why? Because America is fucking racist. I don't get like
it's hell, bro.
I'm gonna break it down in simple terms. Why don't y'all like fun? Why don't y'all like hoes? Why don't y'all like promiscuity? Because here's the thing. Whenever Bad Bunny plays, wherever you're at, somebody is shaking ass. Someone's acting bad. Someone is carrying on. They love Bad Bunny brings them out. If you just watch a clip of Bad Bunny performing, there's so many sexy women. Why don't y'all like women? Why don't y'all like hoes?
Hey,
I don't get it.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Them two questions we could do like 5 separate podcast episodes of those consecutively and not miss a beat. Like, why do we hate women? That's a question that has a lot of answers. Yo, JJ, what's wrong with you, dog? Like, what's your problem, bro? What's wrong with you? What's your malfunction? What's your deal, bro? Nah, but yeah, no, but yeah, why don't we like hoes? I love hoes. I can't speak for nobody else. I love hoes. And I love women. I love everybody. Like, what's the problem? Bad Bunny listen, I could only name like 5 or so Bad Bunny songs. I'm not gonna act like I know Bad Bunny like that. I know some the songs be slapping. There's no reason, like, I don't be in the scene where he plays like that regularly, number one. And number two, I'm not listening to him on my own time.
And you live in the Bronx, so it's not.
Yeah, like, and I don't be out at spots where they're playing Bad Bunny like that. Maybe I should, like 15 years ago,
maybe you should go.
Maybe I should, but like, I'm old, man. My bedtime is early. Like, I'm old, so I don't be at the spots at 1 a.m. no more.
Look, brother, it was having that. Yes, bro. Yes.
Yo, like, it's like, yo, okay, you racist as hell. You don't like the fact that somebody who sings in Spanish is gonna be at the Super Bowl. Okay, just look at the women then. Shut up. Like, just look at the women and shut the fuck up. Like, why is it hard? Or just don't watch. Pick one of the two. Just don't fucking watch. Pick one of the two. Fine. You don't want to watch? I will gladly watch. And you know what? When the footage starts circling from inside the stadium,
yes,
I'm gonna be watching that shit like game film.
Yes.
So go ahead, like, just don't
I'll be in here watching my girl shaking her tail feather to Bad Bunny because she like Bad Bunny. Women love Bad Bunny, bro. Like, I don't get, and the thing is, it's the ignorance for me. It's the ignorance for me, and nothing gets more ignorant than this fool right here. Eric Dickerson.
I'm not surprised the NFL will do something like this. You know, that's how they have that political crap. They like they good guys and they not. But, you know, Bad Bunny, where's Bad Bunny from?
He's from Puerto Rico.
From Puerto Rico. You don't want to, if you don't like the U.S., keep his over there.
Apparently, well, Puerto Rico is part of the U.S.
I know, but still, if you don't want, he don't like the U.S. I mean, don't come in and perform.
A lot of people, parents are kind of up in arms because some of his content's kind of adult.
Yeah.
He talks about partying, women, this and that. You know, what do you make of that? Is that okay?
Well, I mean, what songs don't? What about the rappers? I mean, you know, hey, like I said, I mean, I heard some stuff he said about the United States. So, you know, I'm from the U.S. I love my country. And if you don't like the United States, get your ass out there. Don't come over here.
Do you think the NFL kind of puts this in place so people have?
All right, that's enough, man. Because I didn't want to get. I mean, Eric Dickerson's is a Hall of Fame or whatever. I don't give him too much clout. I just want to do a little stat correction right here. Bad Bunny didn't say he doesn't like the United States. Bad Bunny says I'm not. He's on a world tour, and Bad Bunny canceled his United States shows because of the president and the DOJ and ICE saying they'll have ICE agents at concerts looking for illegals. Now, again, what is y'all function of hating women and hating fun? Bad Bunny brings revenue to these stadiums, millions upon millions of dollars. When people come and they pay to see Bad Bunny perform. If you're telling Bad Bunny or any artist that ICE, who's making fucking WWE promo videos about, oh, you're having a concert, we'll be there. Like, bro, because everything about this administration right now is this promotion. Like they go to Chicago.
Like, yo, hey man, hey, that promo voice you just put on. Listen, so I'll say this, and it's gonna sound how it sounds, whatever. Yo, objectively, yo, sometimes racism is funny. I can't lie to you. I cannot lie. I cannot sit here and lie. I'm obviously not gonna get into examples. I'm not that crazy. But sometimes racism is funny. Pulling up at a Bad Bunny concert looking for people to deport
it's
ridiculous, but it's funny. I'm sorry.
Bro.
Like, it's funny. He in a set and you got ICE agents running around. Like, that's objectively funny. It's ridiculous, don't get me wrong. But it's funny.
Bro, they went to Chicago, and this is not a funny situation. They went to Chicago in budget rental trucks with helicopters, and they said, you know, Trey Agua was supposed to be there, whatever. Apparently, they only arrested like 3 people, right? But that didn't stop them from cutting. And mind you, they separated parents from their children. They said some of these children weren't dressed, zip-tied children and stuff like that. These are majority black people. They said they were looking for the people who had warrants and looking for illegals, right? Apparently, it only arrested a handful of people. Did that stop them from cutting a WWE promo video about them being in Chicago and terrorizing? It did not. It did not stop. It doesn't stop them for cutting these promo videos. They're literally terrorizing people. And Bad Bunny says, hey, if this is what you're going to do in your country at my shows, I'm not performing in America. That's what he said. People got upset. Why are you getting upset? Why are you getting upset? He's Puerto Rican. Yes, Puerto Rico is a part of America. It's been a part of America since the 1900s. That's not the point. That isn't the point, guys. Other people who aren't Puerto Rican, like Bad Bunny, like Mexicans or Dominicans, whoever, people who aren't naturalized here, like Bad Bunny. And also, people are being unfairly targeted who are naturalized citizens, who have visas and paperwork. They're being targeted. So Bad Bunny says, I'm not performing. What's wrong with you idiots, bro? If you were in another country, matter of fact, let me make it plain and simple. These are the same people who feel like the person who got the ventilator in his neck for his talking points is a victim, right? Feels he's a victim. And if we can't speak and we're being targeted, that's how you guys feel, right? I get it. You lost your man's $100,000 to a windpipe, right? You know, you lost him, right? Kev, you lost him. I get it.
Hey, man.
I get it. I get it. I'm trying to relate. I'm trying to relate. I get it.
Are you? Is that what you're trying to do?
Because now you feel like you're a victim. You feel like you're targeted. But the difference is y'all are making shit up. Y'all are saying there's these mystical group floating around and everything, and you're making stuff up about people unfairly targeting. But someone who's saying, hey, I'm afraid for my people too. I don't want to do this. You're offended. You can't be both. You can't be both. You want me to understand why you feel this way, whatever. And we're like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to understand why you're mad the racist got popped. He didn't offend you, he offended me. Bad Bunny's not offending me, guys. Bad Bunny makes dope ass music and women love him. He's not offending me. But you guys are offended because he says, well, I don't perform here because you guys are targeting people who look like me, who speak like me. Well, and of course,
sounds like somebody who's standing on business to me.
Sound like someone who's standing on business, right? And then
standing on business, a man of principle,
right? And then it's like, well, we gonna get Bad Bunny to perform the Super Bowl. Ice is going to be the Super Bowl. No, you're not. No, you're not. Ice, you're not going to be the Super Bowl. You know why? Because the Super Bowl is $1 billion industry, and if you come down to those rich people, because remember, poor people don't go to Super Bowl, my friends. Affluent, wealthy, well-off people go to Super Bowl. If you go to Super Bowl, you fuck something up for the NFL, for Roger Goodell and them owners. You're going to see how powerful the NFL is.
Oh yeah, they're gonna send the black SUVs, bro. 100%. Yeah, I dare you to fuck something up for them. They're gonna send the black SUVs.
I dare you to fuck up something for the NFL.
The NFL don't play around, dog.
They do not play. You come around with ICE agents and talking about you threatening people at the Super Bowl, bro, and you fuck up any PR, it's not gonna look good for y'all, man. Leave Bad Bunny alone. Let him make the music he makes. He don't want to be here. He's important. I think he was. Well, let me not say that because he definitely was. He definitely was here. He was spotted at the baseball game. TMZ, the Snitch Network. I believe they were in. Were they in Toronto? No, they were in New York. It's spotted the Yankee game. He was in New York. Spotted the Yankee game. Bad Bunny. I mean, that's a bad shot, but he was there. Bad Bunny was there. And people love him, bro. People love him. And a lot of these commercials y'all watch, and you hear you don't even know that's Bad Bunny playing in the background. A lot of these times, you don't even know that's his song playing. You guys know nothing about him. Leave Bad Bunny alone. Leave the Super Bowl alone. Leave us alone. God damn. Go throw another WWE memorial service for your boy. You know what I mean? Do whatever you do. Try to put him on a coin, whatever. But leave Bad Bunny and these beautiful women alone, and leave us alone. Leave us alone, man.
Like, hey, man. Look, here's the thing. Gather around. Gather around. As I tell y'all something. Gather around. Shutting the fuck up is free. It costs nothing to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Silence cost you nothing in most cases. Silence costs you nothing. Nobody's asking you for your fuck ass opinions. Nobody's asking you to be heard. We don't care. Like, we don't give a fuck, bro. Y'all are mad because they got somebody who whose songs are in Spanish. And we're doing this, and he's the devil reincarnate, and whatever other bullshit them people are doing. You know who I'm talking about when I say them people. Yo, shutting the fuck up is free. If you take nothing from this podcast and you take nothing else from me, take that with you and go. Like, and this is, even if I like you, I'm telling you this too. Like, yo, shutting up is free. Like, you got to learn how to, I'm old, so take it from me. Like, you got to learn how to pick your battles, and you got to learn when to shut the fuck up. Because if you sit here and you want to take every battle down to the nitty gritty, you're going to die. And die way earlier than you should. You can't fight all the battles anymore. We're not 20. Or I'm not, at least. I can't speak for everybody else. I ain't 20 no more. I ain't 22. I'm pushing 40, bro. I can't sit here and fight every fucking battle. Sometimes you got to say, you know what? All right, bro. Regardless, whether you right, wrong, and different, you could be all three. I don't give a fuck. Sometimes you got to, but more importantly, hey, words are not always needed. We don't need to have an opinion on everything. We don't need to express that opinion on everything. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the way to go. And it's free. It costs you nothing. If you take nothing from me, take that.
And guys, and one more thing too. Stop giving alternatives. Oh, we should get Creed to perform. Nobody wants to hear Christian alternative rock music at the fucking halftime show. We did it. We did it. That's the funny thing. We did it. Janet Jackson's titty changed the entire scape of the halftime show.
Sure did.
We had Bruce Springsteen. We had like U2 and Bono. We did it, bro. And guys didn't watch. Nobody watched. This is why Goodell hired Jay-Z, because nobody was watching the halftime show. We did it, guys. You guys were offended. Remember Justin Timberlake pulled off Janet's top and you saw a titty. And people crucified Janet. And until he found out, hey, that wasn't a part of the script. And Justin Timberlake did that on his own. And he didn't get crucified for that. But they crucified Janet for that, right? To the point where they said, you know what? Halftime needs to be wholesome and friendly. And guess what? Nobody fucking watched. Nobody watched. Everyone changed the channel. The Super Bowl is a business. It's the largest commercial event. The only event bigger than the Super Bowl is the World Cup. And the World Cup is worldwide. But guess what? You guys don't watch the World Cup like you watch Super Bowl. So all these commercials you get, they spend $2 million for a 30-second slot. When that halftime show comes on, they want people glued to the seat. Kendrick Lamar was at the halftime show. He broke a record. I think it was 126 million people watched. They want to continue to have people glued to their seats watching the entirety of the Super Bowl plus the halftime show. No one wants to see Shania Twain. No one wants to see anybody else. They want to be entertained. And Bad Bunny is a megastar, guys. Your alternative, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Every year, the Grammys stuff, oh, this is demonic, but then don't watch. Let the demons be the demons, dog. Don't watch. Look what they're doing to our children. Why are you letting your children watch demons, dog?
You about to get me started on the children part. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, hey, listen. Here's the thing about this, and I'm not gonna go too deep on this, but like, abortion's a big topic in this country. Okay, right, and a lot of people love to pretend that they're pro-life. No, you're not. You're pro-birth.
Yes,
because you don't give a fuck about them kids once they're born. So, right. So I don't want to hear about them kids now because Bad Bunny gonna perform for 20 minutes. Shut the fuck up. You don't care about them. Keep not caring about them. You care that they're born, and once they're born, them and the parent, they on their own. It doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter. It could be the most untenable household. They could be in foster care. You don't care about the kids when they're fucking born. You just care about birth. You are pro-birth. Right. Stop fucking pretending you're pro-life. Stop.
Right. Because life continues after birth. Trust me, I know. I have 2 of them. Life continues. Yes. You can't just
and don't give a fuck about them kids after birth,
right.
Bro.
They don't.
But then the same people will talk shit about those parents.
Right.
Same people.
Right.
Same people.
It's enough. It's enough. Especially being morality police in a sport where athletes like Deshaun Watson and you know guys who were abusing their spouses and stuff like that. Hey, if you're so wholesome, then don't watch football neither. Because a lot of guys who get away with a lot of stuff who play football don't watch football
Don't listen to music at all. Then what fucking music is wholesome? What, you want to listen to gospel? Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Go listen to gospel.
Yes.
Go listen to Kirk Franklin and Yolanda Adams, bro. I don't give a fuck. Oh, yeah. Was he Yolanda Adams? Did I get that right?
Yeah, no, it's Yolanda.
Yeah. Go listen to Kirk Franklin. Like, I don't. Oh, you're with me. Go listen to Kirk Franklin.
GP, you're with me.
Oh, you're with me. Go listen to Kirk Franklin. Leave us alone.
Right. Meanwhile, your president talking about Puff Daddy called me for a party. Listen.
Yo, hey man, that clip you posted on IG yesterday was mad funny because it's like, yo, I haven't heard that name in a while, and then you saying Puff Daddy, bro. We haven't called that man Puff Daddy since Y2K was a thing. We haven't called that man Puff Daddy since then, literally
8 names ago.
Dead ass, like he been Diddy
8 names ago.
He been Puffy. I guess
he been Brother Love.
He been Brother fucking Love since then. And we're talking about Puff Daddy still. We ain't call that man Puff Daddy since there was since
No Way Out.
Dead ass, bro. Since legitimately like 1999, bro. We stopped calling him Puff Daddy.
Come on, man. Come on. Like, it's the morality stuff. Got to stop. It got to stop, man. Bad Bunny is an artist. He's not the first artist from. I mean, if you go down the history of the Super Bowl halftime performers, there's been a lot of performers who aren't from this country. There's a lot of performers who don't speak English. They've had bands, because before they started actually having artists and acts, they had bands and stuff like that. And then they started doing like whatever, right? And using artists. But guys, people want to be entertained. They want to be entertained. That's the whole thing. It's a show. Football is a game. It's a sport. I know people like I said it the other day. Stop with the whole being professional. It's a game. It's a literal game to have.
And that whole being professional thing is littered with coded racism. But I digress.
It's such a dog whistle.
Littered. It's littered with coded racism.
Why can't you score and just hand the ball to the ref? I'm playing a game, bro. I got in the end zone. That's the whole
Act
point.
like you've been there before. Motherfucker, I played football. It might end on the next hit.
Next play.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Like, fuck you. Flat out. Like, act like you've been there before. Listen. If Barry Sanders, if that makes him happy, great. I support whatever. You score a touchdown, you do whatever you want. Like, that's not going to get you penalized, obviously. Do whatever you want. Like, why can't you act like you've been there before? I don't want to act like I've never been there before. Every time I get there, it's special.
It's magical. I want to get there again, and I'm going to act a fool because guess what? I might get there, and my son might be watching, and my son might say, "Hey, Dad, score a touchdown." And when you do the funky chicken. And you hear a player, why do the funky chicken? Well, my son asked me to do the funky chicken. That's why I did it.
The oldest nigga shit I've ever heard you say the funky chicken. Yo. The fucking chicken is nuts. Yo, I heard the fucking chicken since I was like in 6th grade, man.
Like, come on, man. Like, but we're at the point where we can't even have fun. Like, we're at the point where we can't even have fun. Like, everybody is complaining about something. Yeah, and if you're watching this show, it's mad low frequency, low vibrational bullshit to sit there and watch a sports show and everything, and people complaining like, bro, these are games. They're supposed to be entertaining. If your team doesn't win a game, I get that part, being upset and being frustrated. Then watch another team. Then watch another game, or turn the TV off and go do something else. But if we're going to complain about every single thing, even down to the entertainment. You don't have to like every halftime show. Not every halftime show was great, right? Some halftime shows were like really bad, some were like really good. But they're in the entertainment business. And Bad Bunny's an entertainer. And he's one of the biggest entertainers. And this is how it goes. It goes like this. They select from a group of people who don't get paid to come and do this. And normally that person has an album coming out, or is the album already out, or they're already on tour and they're grossing or they're about to go on tour and they're already just very wildly popular, and they bring them on. And Bad Bunny's been on this whole worldwide tour. He's very wildly popular. Kendrick did a halftime show, and he's been on tour. He did his USA leg, and now he was just like watching the soccer game, I think in England, the last thing I saw. This is what happens. Now, I said it could have been Mariah. Somebody said Mariah because he's supposed to be dropping an album, but it's not her. And Mariah, if you just saw at at the Grammys or whatever awards, MTV Music Awards, she was lip syncing and she was standing still, like something like something was off. So I was surprised to even mention her at all. And then, of course, like I said with Taylor, it's like, you figure Taylor might make sense seeing as she's very wildly popular and everything like that, but not popular enough, I guess. I'm just speculating. But, and then, of course, she commented on why she didn't do it or she's been asked or whatever. Fine. They didn't ask the next best thing to perform. They asked one of the biggest things to perform, like one of the biggest artists to perform. They didn't say, oh, we're going to settle for like Jim Jones or something like that. They didn't.
Why Jim Jones catching strays, man?
Because
Jim Jones, of all the people in the world to mention, you came up with Jim Jones. Why?
I had to think of someone who may feel that they're relevant, but the rest of the world doesn't feel the same way. So.
That's bad rude. I ain't going for that, man. I ain't going for that. Jim Jones, a New York staple. I ain't going for that.
Shout out to Jim Jones, shout out to Dipset. But I'm just saying, in the terms of relevance, people are acting like as if they asked someone else. And then, oh, he's not American. All right, I'm gonna say this is my last few thoughts because I forgot to go. When a hurricane happened, a storm happened in Puerto Rico, and Donald Trump was shooting paper towels like jump shot, right?
Didn't I just say that sometimes racism is funny? That's another example. Go ahead.
It's another example.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah,
it wasn't right, but it was funny.
Oh, absolutely not right.
And then funny, I forgot how recently they just said that Puerto Rico's a flowing island of garbage. Like, Puerto Rico has not been treated well by this administration. Has not been treated well, and I think the most fair thing to do, right, would be to let somebody like Bad Bunny perform, because Puerto Rico wanted to be You know how Trump is looking around saying Canada and Greenland. He wants to find the 51st state. There was a country that's willing, that you own, as a Commonwealth, that's been asking to be the 51st state because they wanted certain things in their benefit because they didn't qualify as a Commonwealth, and that's the country that they've been mocking and making fun of. And you can go to Puerto Rico without a passport because it's a U.S. territory. That's what they're part of the United States. So saying stuff like Eric Dixon, oh, he's not American. He is, technically. He is. Eric Dixon, and to anybody else who doesn't understand how this works, yeah, if you're in Puerto Rico, you're American because you have a U.S. passport, and you don't need a passport to travel to Puerto Rico because we own it. America owns Puerto Rico. That's how this works. They speak a different language, but they own it. It's like how Hawaii didn't want to be a part of America, and America kind of like basically said, yeah, we're going to make it, and they purchased whatever, and they're a state, but Hawaii didn't want to be a state. Hawaii was independent. Hawaii was sovereign. America kind of forced themselves on Hawaii, so to speak. And they speak a different language. If you guys don't understand why the two places, Hawaii, being a state, and Puerto Rico being a Commonwealth, have different languages, different alphabets, stuff like that. That's part of the reason why. I do some history before you guys make comments. But yes, stop saying Puerto Rico's a shithole country. Stop, being an asshole. But this administration is banking hard on not being educated and banking hard on you being ignorant. Pick up a book, do your research on Puerto Rico, and stop being a mealy mouth bitch. We are not for everybody, and this is the end of the show. Kev, anything else you want to add before we go?
Just one more thing, because I know you're short on time. Eric Dickerson is living proof that you could play football for a long time, duck all the contact you want to duck, run out of bounds all you want, and still have brain rot.
I see pride, Junior. I see power. I see a badass mother who won't take no crap off from nobody. That's right.